I don't want her forehead to be a mile long. Hello my friends, I'm Duchess and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how I draw faces since I've shown you how to draw lips, noses, and eyes. First things first, I start out with an outline with my sketching brush. I draw a circle for the head, a line going down in the middle to help make the face symmetrical, and then I finish drawing the rest of the face. Now I'm going to use red to show you guys where the eyes, nose, and mouth would go on the face. I lower the opacity and begin the sketch. The previous layer was an outline of the basic body or face structure shapes, which helped me to draw the actual sketch of the drawing, which is what I'm working on right now. If you follow me on Instagram or read my webtoon, you might recognize who this character is that I'm using as my model. Alright, so I drew the hair starting at her hairline so that the hair is not drawn wrong and her forehead is the size it needs to be. I don't want her forehead to be a mile long, but I don't want it to be short either. After the hair, I finish drawing the shape of the face and add a neck. You can see that I rely on the lines of the outline that I drew. Using my red shapes, I draw the eyebrows, nose, eyes, and lips. The red shapes I made show me the general area of where the facial structure should go. Of course, all faces are different and aren't all perfectly proportional, but this is how I prefer, and this is technically proportional. Now that I finished sketching, I made another layer and started inking. The sketching process really helps with the inking part. I can basically just trace my sketch but with cleaner lines. I'm about done here, so I'm going to show you the proportions of the face. This honestly has helped me a lot as a growing artist, and I definitely think this would help most aspiring artists. I drew these red lines and these half rectangle shapes. The first red line represents the start of her forehead, and the second line is where the forehead ends and the eyebrows start. The third line is where the nose ends and where the lip and chin area begin, and the last line is where the chin or face ends. The half rectangle shapes on the sides of her head show where her ears go. Ears should start about where the eyes start and end where the nose ends. I finished the front view, so now I'm going to show you guys the 3/4 view, which is honestly my favorite way to draw people. Starting with the outline, I draw a circle, the line going down the face, and then draw the rest of the face. The line in the center is a big curve because the face is turned slightly to the side, so it would look like that. The eye and part of her mouth on the left side of her face will be less visible and even slightly smaller than the eye and part of her mouth on the right, which we can fully see. Again, lower the opacity, make a new layer, and sketch. I draw the hair starting at the hairline. I was going to draw her hair the same way as the front view one, but decided to change it to a ponytail so that we can see her facial features more clearly. I forgot to show you guys where the facial features would go, so I drew them really quick. The area where her right eye is a bit bigger than the area where her left eye is going to go. I usually draw a triangle shape for the nose like an isosceles triangle. For the 3/4 view, I draw more like a scalene triangle. One side is straight up and down and the other side is slanted to show where the nose bridge is. Now I draw the eyes, nose, and the lips. If you want to learn how to draw eyes, noses, or lips, or are interested in watching them, feel free to click the top right to see my playlist of how-to tutorials. After I finish the sketch, I lower the opacity, make a new layer, and use my sketching brush to trace my sketch. When you draw the eyes, make sure that they are both looking in the same direction. Sometimes I also have trouble with this myself. One way to make sure that the eyes aren't crossed or crooked is to cover one eye, see what direction it's looking at. Then you look at the other eye. If they both were looking the same way, you did a good job. If not, you should probably redraw them. Another way to make sure is to flip the canvas horizontally. Sometimes all it takes is another point of view, literally. Seeing it the opposite way actually allows you to see the mistakes and helps you fix it. I've done this many times to check the proportions of my own drawings. Just to show you guys the proportions, I drew the red lines again to show that the forehead takes up a third of the face, the eye and nose area takes up another third, and the mouth, chin takes up the rest of the face, which is a third. The ears begin where the eyes are and end at the bottom of the nose. Last but not least, the side view, my least favorite. I used to draw these in an anime style, which looked great, but I don't draw with the same style anymore, so my side profiles are really wonky. Let me know down in the comments below which view your favorite is. Start off with a circle, draw a straight line down from the side where the nose and mouth will go, Then I draw a line slanted up, which is going to be the jawline. Another line down more on the center left side of the circle. This line shows where the face ends and where the rest of the head is. I also added some boxy shapes for the ear. Once again, I used red shapes to show you the general locations of the facial features. Using my outline, I draw the face and then trace it afterwards. So that's basically how I draw faces. I already made a few videos of the facial features, so I'm just going to zoom through the rest of the process. First, color the skin tone, then the eyes, brows, iris, hair. After that is shading, then blending, and some final touches. Oh, I also forgot to draw my OC's eyelashes, which is a bit odd, so I added those later. Don't forget the sparkles. I haven't been drawing actual drawings, so there weren't any sparkles for a while, but Sielle deserves some sparkles. Alright, well that's all I have for you guys today. If today's video taught you something new or was entertaining, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get notified. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next week.